My voice is still really raspy, just
I
so
was
you know.
gonna say, I feel like I just start us in.
Okay. Hey guys, it's Brittany,
And Kendall.
and welcome back to Wake Me When I'm Famous. New year 2026.
New Year. I feel
Wow.
like this is the first time that we're having we haven't had many conversations in person because we can't do anything alone and we got sick together. Same
Yeah.
sickness, same illness.
Yes.
Lost our voices. Couldn't scream at our kids.
Literally lost my voice. I'm not kidding you, for over a week. It was probably like close to 10 days I had no voice.
Well,
And
because
it's
it was
still, you
and
can hear
yeah,
it.
well, because you made it worse by like not resting it, because how are you supposed to? And it's so crazy how, I mean, obviously so developmentally appropriate, but your kids do not give a fuck that you're sick. Like, so they don't care. So it was like there was no rest for the wicked. And you can't send them to anybody because you don't want your family members to get sick.
Yeah, I literally I said to both of them at one point, I was like, why is it that mommy looked after both of you through your sicknesses, cared for you lovingly, and nobody cares, but I can't speak?
They're like, Mom, because we're toddlers and we're narcissistic. That's just how it works. Like, deal. I was kind of into my raspy voice there for a while. Like once I got it back, you're really like you're still rocking a bit of the rasp.
See, the thing
I was kind of into it.
I think my voice needs to sound this way all the time because it's like hot.
Yeah.
If I could live perpetually in this, I would, but I need to be better also. So.
I want to keep the raspy voice, but get my get the viral illness out of my body, but leave the symptom of the raspy voice.
Oh man.
Like Miley Cyrus-esque. Oh my God. Can we talk about Miley Cyrus?
Sure. What do you want to talk about?
They're coming up on the 20 years of Hannah Montana. And I feel like we were a little bit old for Hannah Montana. Like I was not a massive Hannah Montana fan, but I'm so into her leaning into like the nostalgia of it, accepting that people.
Is
she? Yes, I saw a clip of her on I saw her was she at the Critics' Choice Awards maybe? And someone was asking her about Hannah Montana.
She was at the Palm Springs thing before the Palm Springs Film Festival or something.
Okay, she was
at the Critics' Choice?
I thought she was at the Critics' Choice. Either way, someone on a red carpet in the last 4 days asked her about the fact that it is coming up on 20 years of Hannah Montana. And she's like, we're planning something big. And that's when she was like, honey, you see these bangs? Like she's rocking she's got blonde hair with bangs right now.
Okay.
And
I mean, her people probably told her, if you don't do this, people will riot.
So. Oh, I disagree. I think she feels it. Like, I think a part of her still loves Hannah. I don't know. Tell you what, your friend Taylor is such a massive Hannah Montana fan, and she's truly the only person I know that stans Miley Cyrus. Like obviously people stan her, they love her, but she's the only person I feel like that I know stands her the way that we love Taylor Swift. Like she's grown up with her. Is she younger than us? She must be.
Yeah, she's younger than us. Yeah.
And just loves her, knows everything about her, has loved her for years, watched Hannah Montana.
You know the Miley when she did was it the Music Video Awards? When she did the mouse
with the mouse
bathing suit
esque
bodysuit. She had that a full life-size cutout in her home for the longest time. Her dog's name is Miley.
Yeah,
she is obsessed.
Which in hindsight, love you, Taylor. Which in hindsight, going back to the bodysuit thing, we've collectively as a society that got way too much. I don't even know what it was, but at the end of the day. So she put out a song called Used to Be Young a couple of years ago. fully got locked in, and I feel like I was obsessed with it. I sent it to you. She did a TikTok series where she walked back with her mom. Like literally it was just like her and her team sitting in a room, and she did a TikTok series where she walked back her most famous moments and she's going through them on an iPad. And I ate it up. When you look on the spectrum of Disney stars, she's really come out the other end. She seems so healthy and therapized and evolved and at peace with where she is. Like I just think, and you know what? She brought up a really good point. For all the backlash that she got when really she was just trying to detach herself from this Disney lifestyle.
Yeah.
She's like, when you look back at my 20s, like what? I'm sorry. I never got arrested. I never got a DUI. I didn't kill anybody. Like, what were you so mad about? Like, what were these grown adults so mad about that I was doing?
That she was becoming sexual in her nature. Like, which when women do that, it most of the time gets a negative effect from the general public, because how dare you be sexual as a woman?
Like, you were mad that I was setting a bad example for your kids. I thought I was actually making it very clear. I don't want to be an example for your kids. Like,
exactly.
That was the whole, it's like kind of like you missed the whole point.
Also, they grew up watching her as Hannah Montana. Of course, they glommed onto her, and then she does a huge pivot. So of course a parent's going to be a little bit like, okay.
Fair. But I also can appreciate her as a person.
Gabby's Dollhouse did that.
Oh, you're so right, Brit.
What would we feel?
Like Gabby from Gabby's Dollhouse. Wow, we'd have to have a conversation. You're so right. I mean, you have to have a conversation because but she's also, as a person, she's allowed to, like, I don't even know how old she is in real life. She's allowed to grow up.
Yeah,
she doesn't have to be Gabby forever.
No, but what I'm saying to equate it for you and me is our children watch this girl that plays with dolls and they love her. And if all of a sudden she was to switch to a highly sexualized version of herself, dancing and doing whatever on a screen, and our children were like, but I love her, and watching that, obviously our children aren't preteen, almost teenagers. They are 5 years old, and that's a bit different.
Yeah. Also, I don't think, looking back on it, I don't feel like Miley was highly sexualized. I just think it seemed like it in comparison to Hannah Montana.
Yes. Yeah. I mean, yeah.
But yes, you're so right. I feel like that's a good comparison. And I mean, it's a tale as old as time. There have been so many. So, I mean, the Disney machine is a whole problem in and of itself. We could do a whole series on it.
We really could. It's hard because women are allowed to change and evolve, especially as child stars and growing up under a spotlight. They're allowed to do that. But also as a parent ourselves, we can see how you would maybe be like, oh my God, my child watches this. And you don't necessarily want your kid to see things like that at a certain age. I mean, obviously they will because of the time we live in. And you don't, like, now that our kids are also in school, we're not, like, we don't control what they hear on the playground from, like, my kid now goes to, when I was growing up, we had a K to 7, but then it switched to K to 4, 5 to 8, and then 9 to 12. But for my child now, it's K to 7 again. And so that's a huge age
you guys
range.
Don't have middle school. We have middle school.
No, they nixed it. So this is the first year back to K to 7. So, you know, my kid is going to be, like, subject to hearing things on the playground, seeing
because kindergarten 5 and 12 is a huge age gap.
Huge. And I notice it all the time. I see how some of these girls are dressing, and I see my kid noticing these things, and I'm like, you know, she's still little and not so much aware, but she's going to grow up with these older kids being an influence to her, and I can't really stop that.
It's so true. Oh my God. And then sometimes I hear that and I'm like, oh, you sound like my parents. But also, you want to raise decent humans too, but you're like, oh, I don't want to like my parents.
I'm like,
and then the feminist in me is like, women can wear whatever they want. So, like, I just
it's so hard to be a mom.
But anyways, go Miley. I'm a fan. I love her. I love the woman that she's become. And I'm obsessed with, like, her whole family. Like, I listened to a podcast with her and her mom and her sister, and they have a hilarious dynamic.
But isn't her mom, like, a little bit
oh, I know what you're gonna say. But she doesn't. Are you gonna say that her mom's kind of stage mommy, like a little vicariously through?
No, I wasn't gonna say that. I was gonna say the fact that she started dating Noah's ex whatever.
That is, Kate, it's like that took over the internet for like a couple weeks, and now that's
But
like.
do you not remember that? Like,
yes, I do.
Like, I would admire all of her family. I don't know if I'd say that.
Okay. Yeah, and like, what's going on? Okay, we can't go into that. I was like, what's going on with Billy Ray? We can't go into that. We can't. We don't have time. We don't have time.
I don't know enough. I don't
know enough. Yeah, I'm not an expert. I'm not a doctor. This is just our opinion. Yeah, we are.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. I do want to talk about the fact that award season has started.
Okay.
We both love award season. We get all ready. I've already started recording. Like, I put it on my thing for Golden Globes and the red carpet and live on the red carpet. I love the fashion. I don't know who all the fashion designers are, but I just love to see people dressed up, looking great. Yeah. It's my favorite.
I hit January with a little pep in my step. I'm like, and here we go.
And it's how I get through the cold,
that's how we get through seasonal depression. Yeah. Yeah.
I literally said to my husband last night, I was like, Golden Globes are on Sunday. I'm so excited. I need to record it so I don't miss anything, because Golden Globes is the one that I love to watch, because I love in the commercials, as they start the commercial and as they come back, they show them milling about and talking to each other. I love to try and lip read. I love to see who's talking to who, what type of interactions they're having. Like, so good. We have had some iconic moments happen.
We really have.
In those little in-betweens, or like as someone's coming up to the stage, and like people's faces, and oh my God.
The people watching is Lady Gaga tier.
Knocking Leo's arm off his shoulder. Like, you know how he had his arm up like this, and she like knocked it off as she was passing him to go.
I think because the setup of the Golden Globes is like easier for them to mill about. Plus they're allowed to drink, so like the alcohol's flowing. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, as far as award shows go, I agree. I think it's my favorite one too. It's a little more.
I also love it because it's TV.
And, I was literally just going to say
movies.
that.
And I also, it's sometimes like I'm not fully aware of everything that's been nominated, but it brings it to my attention.
We're not cultured like that.
No, I'm not. Like,
I feel like I agree with you. I feel like the Oscars, I like to see what they're wearing at the Oscars, but I'm not cultured enough. Like we've discussed several times, I'm not watching Oppenheimer. I'm not sitting down for 3 hours. I haven't seen the artsy. Whereas I feel like the Golden Globes is like a little more our vibe, because there's like TV. It's TV, movies, music. Like it's a little more mainstream. It's a little more mainstream.
Who was the gal that did it last year? She's doing it again this year. The girl that loves Taylor Swift.
Nikki Glaser.
Nikki Glaser.
Is she hosting?
She's hosting again, I believe. I'm interested to see her do it again, I think. I think she did a good job last year. It'll be interesting.
I thought she did a better job than Joe Coy. So it was like...
Oh
yeah,
yes.
That was so I think she was great, and then I think we can only go up from here for sure. No, I thought she did.
Yes.
I thought she did a fine job. I still to this day, and I know you will agree with me, favorite Golden Globes host Sandra Oh and Andy Samberg. And why did they never come back?
Yes.
Why did they never come back? Oh,
I forgot about that.
Water all over my phone.
Oh no!
Right? Like
I forgot about that.
Did the rest of the world not agree? Did they not do a good job? And is that why, or was it? Do you think it was their choice not to come? I don't know, but
maybe it was their choice.
I think Sandra Oh and Andy Samberg, my favorite. Amy Poehler and Tina Fey.
Tina Fey
next.
They did a fabulous job. Like I love those women. I think they're hilarious.
Hilarious. Oh, you know what I was just listening to before we sat down? I was listening to, because you sent me the clip of Gwyneth Paltrow on Good Hang, Amy Poehler's podcast. Yes. Amy Poehler's going to be at the Golden Globes because she was nominated for the, like, they've introduced a podcast. No, I was just going to say, we talk about how the Golden Globes is our favorite award show. There's a world in which we could get to go because they now include podcasts at the Golden Globes. That's a category.
They do not.
Yeah, they did. It's their first year that they're doing it. So it's
put it on the vision board. Okay, seriously, we never did our vision boards.
No, we need to do it.
Okay, but
we're gonna hang out on our we're gonna do it. Put it on the vision board. No, it's Amy Poehler. You know what? I'm not gonna lie to you. I was a little disappointed by I think Amy Poehler deserves to be there. I think that what she's doing. Call Her Daddy.
Okay.
I don't want to be shitty in 2026. The Smartless podcast.
I don't know that one.
Yeah, it's Will Arnett and Jason Bateman and Sean Hayes.
Okay. I love those people. I love their dynamic. I think it's fucking hilarious. Jason Bateman is like one of my favorite actors.
Agreed.
I love him.
Agree.
And Sean Hayes is so funny too.
I don't think I enjoy the three of them collectively. I enjoy Jason Bateman and Will Arnett's chemistry. I mean, they did Arrested Development together. I don't know. I've listened to a few. Like, I'm not totally opposed to it.
See, I do remember now that they have a podcast together. I have not listened to it. Again, like I said, I'm more of like a story time podcast person, and then instead of like just people talking like us. That's so weird of me to say.
No, I don't think so.
It's just how I listen to things. I can listen to like clips of people having conversations and things like that. I've never taken the time really to maybe if I did sit down and took the time, I'd probably enjoy it more.
I've definitely heard people with podcasts say that. I've listened to a couple. Honestly, the one that sticks out for me is I listened to the one with Keanu Reeves because I saw that he was going to be on there and I gave it a listen.
Oh, yeah.
Keanu Reeves,
Who else was
my birthday
nominated
twin.
for that?
Call Her Daddy, Smartless, NPR. Again, we're not cultured. And then there's one more. I think there's 5. Armchair Expert, I think.
Oh, is it? What's his faces?
Jack Shepherd.
Yeah.
I think so. I can't talk about that. I listened to his one with Cher. I can't talk. I don't think I can get into that.
It's okay.
You know what I was thinking? Get Cher on Good Hang. I think that Cher did the best that she could on that podcast. Oh, also, you know, no, I tell a lie. No, I did not. Armchair Expert, Call Her Daddy, Good Hang, the Mel Robbins podcast, Smartless, and NPR.
Okay.
So I feel like they went with very safe selections. Like they went with safe, popular, mainstream selections, sort of like non-controversial.
I'm really surprised that Las Culturistas is not in that list.
Agree.
Like they have a really good podcast. I really enjoy their banter and all the clips that I do watch of. Like I love their clips. I always watch their clips.
Same.
And that's very surprising to me that they're not in there.
They've been doing that podcast for a long time. And I feel like I've only just recently, I think just with the rise of social media and putting the clips onto social media, but like I would love to see the Las Culturistas host the Golden Globes. And
host
Oscars. They haven't announced the Oscars host yet, have they?
I don't know
if they have the Oscars.
Oh, that would be so good.
Wait, I think they already have it. I think
they probably have. They've probably said who the host of the Oscars is because that person's already working on whatever they're going to be doing.
Okay, say what you were going to say.
I was going to say, you know how we said before our Christmas break that we would never want to interview celebrities? Like, I would love to sit down with them and like have not like interview, just have a conversation with them. Like, I feel like it'd be so fun. Like, because we're like
hilarious.
Kind of like theater nerdy girls, like not fully like super into, but you know, we love theater, we love musicals, and I feel like we would just vibe with them like so well.
They fangirl appropriately. Like their sit down with Mariah Carey, I was like, this feels appropriate to the situation. It wasn't like too much, but it wasn't like that's how I felt about Dax Shepard with Cher. It was almost like he was trying to act like he was like above Cher, or that it was like it wasn't like affecting him, that he was in the presence of Cher. Although she did have a whole thing about how she feels awkward being called an icon. She just wants to be treated like a normal person. Fair. But also put some respect on her name. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I mean, but Cher, you are an icon.
Yeah, like literally Kristen Bell sitting next to her and she's like, Cher, I'm sorry, you go by one name. Like,
everyone knows who you are by just your first name.
I don't even know what Cher's last name is. Literally, I don't even know.
Bono?
Anyway. just gonna say that. I was like, is it Bono?
Oh no.
Oh my God, no. Okay, we need to
forgive us that we don't know that. Yes.
Anyway, let's move on.
Award season is coming on.
Yes,
strong,
I completely.
I do like to, see. This is so bad. I was saying this again to my husband. The reason the Oscars just drag on a bit long, I don't so much like. Obviously, I want to give these people their flowers, like the people that do sound effects and makeup and costumes and you know, cinematography. All of those people deserve their flowers, and I love that they get that podium to do that. It all just kind of drags on a little bit for me, and I just think I love the people watching of the Golden Globes is more so what I'm into. But I love the fashion of the Oscars. I'm trying to think what else. There's also the SAG Awards that will be coming out. Those ones I never really watch. I usually watch the clips of them that come up on the internet afterwards.
Yeah.
And then the Grammys will come up too. And I said to my husband, I said, you know what? Those ones don't mean as much to me anymore because, again, I feel like I'm out of touch of like what's in with music. I don't know who's performing anymore.
The culture.
The culture is like kind of moving beyond me, which is so weird to say.
I know. Where like we just want to listen to 2000s pop all the time.
Yeah.
Like we don't want to listen
to some of the new stuff. I do like 100%. Some of the new stuff.
Yeah.
But like I don't know who is who, and I don't know I'm not following it. So it's not as I don't need to watch the Grammys. I'm like, okay, cool.
Yeah, and I think that for the artist, it's important to you. Like you're winning a Grammy, like that's huge. I think that, and I think it's interesting because I feel like you can be so successful now and still not have like any of these like awards. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. Like even when you're talking about music, and I also think there's a lot of people who have. I think that the Grammys is so political. Like you really got to like play the game, and some of them just don't come to play. And you think some people have so many Grammys, and you think that's and then some people have not a lot of Grammys, but yet they've found so much success. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That I don't even really know if these award shows are really even markers now of what constitutes excellence.
Yeah. Imagine if there was like a healthcare worker version of this, of like, not just for doctors, but like everybody.
Where are you going with this?
I don't know.
What do you mean? Tell me.
I don't know. I just was thinking like, why do these people deserve like this moment to like give a speech of thanking the people that mentored them and made them who they are? Like imagine people like that, like nursing staff, and like thanking Jane, thanking Nancy, thanking Betty, you know, like
the nursing
all of these
moms
people
who raised us,
like these people that the people that you had in nursing school as your instructors that really stuck out to you. Like there's a lot of other industries that should also be celebrated in the same way as what I think I'm trying to say. Like,
well, okay, maybe we should segue into, I feel like that's a good segue into what we were maybe going to talk about, the subway take. So Jen Brister, is it Jen Brister? Yeah. So Jen Brister is a British comedian. She goes on Subway Takes. They're in London doing the Subway Takes. If you guys don't know, if nobody knows what Subway Takes is, it's the host. He sits on the subway. He asks people, "What's your take?" They give a hot take, and then he has 2 seconds to agree or disagree. So she gives this take, and it kind of morphs into like a bunch of different things. But it was such an interesting take. She says, "I don't think we should have celebrities," and I feel like it really speaks to what we've talked about in the past, even like just in person, but also on this podcast, how like you can be good at your craft, but you can be bad at being famous. So there really is this divide between like, so she's saying we should have entertainers, we should have actors, we should have, you know, artists, we should have artists, but they don't need to, we don't need to have celebrities and put them up on this pedestal and pay them as much as we do to do what they do. And then she also jetted into this whole area too, which I do agree with, about why are we putting these people that are essentially entertainers on this platform and expecting them to, and we're looking to them for guidance on like political things, their thoughts and beliefs. Like we're so interested in like what it is they have to say. And sometimes you're kind of like, why?
She's like, I want to hear from people who are experts in, she said experts in their craft, someone with a PhD, somebody who like has had higher education to the max degree for them in whatever they're doing. I want to hear from those people that know what they're talking about, not somebody who I mean,
your favorite actor is not a Rhodes Scholar, and I don't
no,
need him to be. Like, I don't know
no.
where we got off, and expecting them to make a statement about every single little thing that happens in the world when, like, a lot of them didn't even finish high school, which is fine.
Yeah.
They are
Yes.
talented in their craft, but why are we
Yes.
expecting them to
Have
now
an
some might,
opinion on all
and
these
that's a
things.
whole, yeah, exactly. Well, you also, like, I don't think that they don't have opinions. I think it's like you and me have opinion. We all have
Yeah.
opinions, but it's
Yes.
whether or not you voice it. But it's like suddenly become this thing where, you know, everybody with millions of followers on a social media platform has to comment on every single little thing that's happening in the world.
I think her take of like, obviously we talk about celebrity gossip and things that we see in celebrity that we like to follow and whatever. We do that. That's what we talk about. I just
Yeah.
think I agree with her in like I said, why isn't there an award show championing people in other industries that are just as important as people that are actors and make films and TV shows and everything? Because those people, in my mind, are way more important. They do run the world. They do make the world, like healthcare workers save people's lives.
Yeah.
Teachers bring up the next generation of children.
Yeah.
And like, police are here to protect us. Firemen are also here to protect, like there's just all these things. And I think that's why I agree with her. It's like, why aren't we championing other industries as well? And like, why are these people celebrities over, say, this group of people? And it's, I think it's just, yeah, it's a bit problematic of like, why do these people make so much money, have so much money when there's so many other people with nothing? And, I don't know.
Well, that makes my head hurt to think about a little bit. Like
yeah.
that because it's such, yeah. Right. My husband always says something's only as worth as much as people will pay for it. So obviously there's a demand. There's a reason why, you're right. Why is it that, actresses and actresses make millions and millions and millions of dollars? Like,
Mm-hmm.
why? I guess because that's what they're worth. That's what they're being paid. So therefore, but you're right. It does speak to, I don't know why. And also, but you know what though? I don't want celebrities to not exist. Like
I know.
I like even people, because and then Kareem immediately goes, well, yeah, people who are famous for being famous. Even people who are famous for being famous, they don't bother me though. Like I'm not bothered by someone who's famous for being famous.
I sometimes it bugs me.
Sometimes. I would rather consume the content of somebody who is famous for being famous, who wants to be famous, than somebody who's famous and doesn't want, but somebody who's famous for their craft doesn't want to be famous and complains about being famous.
Yeah.
Like if it's entertaining.
Like yeah, I guess, but sometimes famous people that are famous for being famous are a little bit insufferable.
Oh, for sure. Because they understand the assignment, because I think the danger of being famous for being famous, and you see it, like, not so much with the Kardashians now, because they've established a platform that's bigger than them and they don't have to feed the machine constantly to exist. When you look at them now, they are so beyond successful. But at the beginning, and you see it with these Bravo celebrities and stuff, you have to constantly feed, and it's literally you is what you're famous for. That's what they want to look at, you, which I think is also like a complete like mind fuck. But it's you're feeding the drama of you and who you're friends with and who your relationships are with. And if you don't give them something to constantly talk about, the algorithm swipes you and they forget, and you forget, and people move on. So they do get a little bit insufferable. They're always in your face because they're always trying to stay relevant.
Yeah.
So I don't agree. I like celebrities, but I do agree. I think we're somewhere in the middle.
Yeah, I think I'm 50-50. I don't know. It's a weird one. I'm like, yeah.
Like if you say you agreed with the take, that would mean that you would only see your favorite actors in movies and TV, and you would never see them. You'd never know their personality. You wouldn't see them on social media. You wouldn't see them promote their projects. You would never get to like know sort of the side of them that's promoting. You would just see them the way they exist in movies and TV. Would that make you happy?
Probably.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Because it would just go away and I'd be like, okay, that's fine.
But then what would we talk about? We talk about the movie.
Talk about the movie.
I think that's like, was that how it used to be in like the olden days? No, that's not true because people knew Marilyn Monroe. There was like drama.
Yeah, but it wasn't. It was. I don't know. I just think that. I don't think it was as widespread as like maybe a little bit more with Marilyn Monroe because people like were very obsessed with her. But like all of the other kind of drama probably just took place in a lot of like in the Hollywood circles.
Yeah, like they just keep it locked down.
I mean, I wasn't there.
And then you just never saw it. There was a divide. It was like us and them. Speaking of which, do you want to check in with your favorite parasocial relationship, Kelly Teller, and how she spent her New Year's Eve? Speaking of excess.
So they were in excess. Oh my God. Okay, so they were on a boat in St. Bart's as well as what was it? 80% of the world's wealth.
You sent me some gross statistic. It was like something crazy. Of the world's wealth
was like literally it had like all these pinpoint dots was around St. Bart's, all in super yachts. And seeing it, I was like, oh my God. Also, you know what it made me think about with Kelly and Miles Teller? You know what it made me think about? That they're part of it and in it and amongst it and hanging out with those people is that they probably know a lot of things and they just let things happen.
Kelly? Oh, for sure. Kelly knows it kind of makes all the tea.
Right?
She's so well connected. Yeah. Yes. We've said this before. People want to be friends with her because I think she's a cool chick. Like, I don't think that people don't want to be friends. Like, I think people want to be friends with her for a reason. She's so interconnected.
Very.
Yeah.
Does it also though kind of makes me feel like you're hanging out with all these super wealthy people. It's just like, does she know like the Jeff Bezos and the Elon Musks and does she like hang out with those people? I don't know.
She knows if Alex Earl and Tom Brady hooked up. I'll tell you that much.
Oh, 100%. She knows because they were on the same boat together.
She knows what went down with Nina and Shaun White. She knows what went down with Taylor Swift and Joe Alwyn.
She knows a lot of stuff. God, I really want to be her friend. I just think she'd be fun to know. She just posted a bunch of shots of her house that burnt down last year, which is very sad. And her house was like stunning, like super cool. Like not like your normal, like everything's white and beige vibes, like colorful, lots of wallpaper. Like I just was like, I love almost everything in your house. Like I would love to have that house.
I feel like we have similar decor style.
Yeah, and I feel bad. I feel bad for all of those people whose houses burnt down.
Yeah,
like, that whole community burnt down, and that's awful. But just to like. Lose everything like that would be awful. Also, I just sent this to you. Spencer from the Hills is running for the mayor of LA. I was like, what?
He's been very vocal since losing his house in the fires. Like very vocal about the way LA has run, and he thinks he can do
politics on my bingo card. Like
didn't have that on my bingo card.
No.
So
which very interesting to see. I watched a little bit of the speech that I sent you. I didn't watch the whole thing. And I was like, oh my gosh, he had like a lot of emotion in his voice. And I was like, it made it very sincere. And like, I was like, oh, this is like really on his heart and something that he maybe is scared crapless to do, but like good for him for trying to stand up for his community. I think that's amazing.
Spencer Pratt is one of those that I want to say it was like maybe 3 or 4 years ago now. He went on Call Her Daddy, and I listened to the episode. Like, obviously, was a huge fan of The Hills, and so I feel like I only ever really knew him as Spencer on The Hills, and then obviously there was Spidey, and I mean the fact that him and Heidi are still together is great. But I was so impressed by how well he spoke. Like, he's not stupid, and just like he really understood reality TV before anybody else really understood reality TV. Like, he knew exactly what he was doing. And when you hear him speak, I found him quite interesting. So like, I thought it was an interesting chat.
The Hills
like,
it wasn't his first reality show. He was on The Princess of Malibu first with
No,
Brody.
I totally watched The Princess, and I used to watch The Princess of Malibu.
Loved that show. That show was
so good.
It was when the Jenner's mom was married to David Foster.
Yeah.
Still. Do you remember that?
Yeah.
Oh my
God.
I
used to love that show. Yeah, I ate that shit up. Yeah.
I would love to go and have a rewatch. I don't even know where you could watch it. Oh my god. I'll never.
Do you remember the episode where they like host a car wash and like Shaka Khan is coming over to record and she like can't get in because Brody and Spencer are like hosting I just remember they're like hosting a car wash and like he can't get in and David is like pissed. I actually can't believe now looking back on it that like Grammy Award winning producer David Foster agreed to be like the grumpy dad on The Princess of Malibu. Like, that's insane. Like, he didn't need the money.
He probably did it for them to like
and like Brody
launch their careers or something. I don't know. Like,
but he was also Brody's stepdad. Like, it's not like he had a ton of like, you know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
Anyway,
I don't know.
Crazy.
So funny. Imagine growing up in those communities. Like, it's wild, probably.
No, literally. Yeah, literally. Do you want to segue that into the LA mom group, or do you want to talk about something else?
We can talk about that.
I don't even know. I feel like it's been covered by so many people, but I will say that I feel like we're having conversations that I'm not really seeing on social media because everybody that I've seen talk about this on social media does not have kids. And
yeah.
I read the article. Yeah. I paid for it.
You read it.
It was behind a paywall. Brett's like, you fucking paid for it. Basically the gist of it is it's been covered extensively. You can see Ashley Tisdale wrote, like, it's not really an article. It's an opinion piece that she wrote for The Cut talking about how she became a new mom during the pandemic, which we also did. And basically like was connected through a friend of a friend to a group of like moms. A group of moms in LA. She, their kids were all friends. They were all friends. Over the period of a couple years, it kind of became obvious that like maybe those moms weren't vibing with her. She thought she was vibing with them. She started feeling left out from things. Things started happening without her that she knew about because it was being posted on social media. And she basically texts the mom group and goes like, this is all too high school for me. I'm leaving. Like, bye, I'm out. And everybody obviously hopped on to speculate that it was this mom group that had been heavily posted on social media, including Mandy Moore, Hilary Duff, Meghan Trainor, and a bunch of other like LA moms. And this has now since been confirmed by Hilary Duff's husband, who posted like a snarky response on his Instagram story being like, when you're that insufferable, people don't want to hang out with you, essentially.
Yeah.
Which is crazy. That's okay. That in itself is crazy.
Would you
like imagine like Hillary?
Would you let your husband post something like that? I wouldn't either. I'd be like, absolutely not. Thank you, hun, for being my ride or die.
None of your business.
Do not post that. And like Hillary Duff's
no,
over
I think
here
there's. I think if you
did you see her posting that video of herself singing to her new song about giving head in a dive bar? I was like, no.
No, I think I think I'm all for like your man wanting to support you, but it's one thing to like an Instagram post. It's another to do that. That was like heavy trolling. And here's the thing. And this is actually, you know what? Why don't you say what you thought? Because it wasn't my initial takeaway until you said it. Yeah. And I was like, you know what? I agree with you. So we talked about it. Yeah. And what was your take?
I said, I just said, it's 2026 and women should be supporting women. I mean, obviously, I think both sides of the equation here are like definitely at fault. I think leaving people out on purpose is mean spirited. It's not what we should be doing as women, as moms. It's not a good example for your children. If you have an issue with someone, you need to talk about it. Say, you know what, we're not really connecting anymore. I don't think we're going to hang out again. That's the responsible thing to do. On the other side, she could have just left it. She didn't need to write this whole opinion piece about it, bring it back up, air everybody's dirty laundry.
Yeah.
I think both sides have issues that were in the wrong. I just think as women going into 2026, we need to not be mean to each other. We need to lift each other up, be friends to each other. If you're not vibing with someone, maybe just speak that and just say, I'm not having a good time here anymore. You know, I think I'm going to move on. I'm not trying to be mean to you. I just don't see us hanging out any further or whatever, you know, like just whatever situation you're in, like maybe just do it in a kind way. We don't need to be mean. It's not like women don't have to tear each other down.
I think that I agree with you. And I think that I agree with you. And I think that if this went down, I think that there's probably Ashley's version of events, and then there's this mom's version of events. I also don't think that, you know, usually when you hear these types of things, you're like, I have never heard anything about, like, let's take Hillary Duff and Mandy Moore as the most two famous people in the mom group. I have never heard anything about, like, you know how we used to work with this girl, and she always used to say, like, when you would hear, like, there's like weight to the hate. So like when you hear something about someone and then you hear it like a bunch of times, you're like, that's probably true about them. And that's not even just celebrities. That's like in general. I've never heard anything about Hillary Duff or Mandy Moore being like bad people. So I have a feeling that what probably happened was just like, Ashley got invited into this group and she didn't vibe. As we know, as moms who are both in mom groups, like sometimes, like, or even just hanging out with other moms, there are moms that you meet that are like, we are going to be mom friends, we're going to be play date friends. You don't have to be friends with just because we're both moms doesn't mean, it's just like being a normal person in the world. You're not going to get along with everybody, but and then there are people that you meet that you're like, I can hang out with you without our kids. Now we are friends. We're not just mom friends, we're friends. And also you can meet a friend and be like, we're going to be friends, and maybe our kids don't get along, and that's okay too. You know what I mean? But I think if she got invited into this group, I think that having a kid during a pandemic, like when I read that and she was like, you know, I was so isolated, I so felt that. I think it's so important to have female friendships. Like I really do. And so I think unless she was like absolutely, now we don't know what happened, but unless she was like absolutely diabolically insane, that they were like, we cannot be around this woman, her child is a demon spawn, we can't have her around our kids, then have a conversation. Like if that happened, which I don't think that it did, then have a conversation with her and be like, you need to change. The whole thing is so high school. It feels very Desperate Housewives, but I'm also like kind of down for it because Hillary Duff and Mandy Moore seem kind of like highbrow, and this is feeling very lowbrow. And I'm going to blame Hillary Duff and Mandy Moore for it too, or Hillary Duff at least, because her husband inserted himself right into the messiness. But I just think that unless she was like an absolutely insane person, how hard is it to just continue inviting her to the birthday parties? Do you know what I mean? Like
unless her kid, maybe it was her kid, or I don't know.
Whoa. Okay, let's blame the kid.
Maybe it wasn't. I don't know. I don't know. Sometimes someone's kids are like, I don't know. Anyways.
No, Brit, we're not doing that. No, we're not going there. No, we're not going there. This isn't a mom podcast. I have zero desire to put my parenting, anything that I think about parenting, on the internet. Like, no desire to do that.
No.
But yes, you're right. I'll need to collectively rewatch Mean Girls because I think we've forgotten the moral of the story. Okay, like there are plenty of opportunities for people to shit all over us. We don't need to be shitting on each other. I think there was probably a better way for her to leave that group. I think there was probably a better way for them to communicate. They did not want her in that group, which I stand by what I said. Unless she was like absolutely 100% diabolical, I don't think it's that hard to include her. I think that's all we have to say about it.
It's not nice to feel excluded at all. Like people,
no,
it's not good for anybody. No, I mean.
But we don't know these people.
The entertainment value is definitely high of all of this discourse happening. Like, it's like, whoa, let me grab my popcorn.
High.
But at the same time, it's like, women do better. do better.
Just do better, you know? Like, let's all get back to, like, if you want to hate someone, hate men.
Yes. Hate the man.
Like, let's just spend our energy doing that. That I can get behind. Anyway.
Yeah.
Okay. We'll talk about TV and everything next week.
Yes. We'll talk about all our TV shows we've been watching. We'll talk about the Golden Globes. Obviously, I'm sure there's going to be so much stuff to talk about. Oh my God, I'm so excited.
I'm so excited.
Yeah. Get into it. We need
thanks
to.
For the chat. I'm going to go have a nap before my night shift.
Oh, yes. Enjoy.
We'll see you next week.
Bye.